When applying to the program, it was actually one of those weird things where, for the most part, they did. It's like anything else. I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm a lot more easily recognizable. Pretty sure every single professor knows me or that has had me knows me by first name and voice at this point in time.
Males, they're still like, oh, it's a woman's profession, you know. I don't really feel accepted. It's been a great program, honestly. Like as soon as I got in here, I'm like, I'm home. You know, I can be my open self. Where in the public, I can't really do that.
Profession, it's you definitely see a lot more. You walk onto the floor and these, oh, we have a guy today. We have muscle. You're going to be able to pull people. You're going to be able to do this, that, the other thing. And so they, you know.
Yeah, like at the current moment it is, but that's because over the past like amount of decades, that's all the general population that went into nursing. So it's going to be a female-dominant profession.
Um, well, I think it kind of falls down to the same thing as being stereotyped as a male nurse. I do get asked a lot of times why I didn't go into the medical profession, why I didn't go for my MD versus a nursing student. You walk into a room and it's like, are you the doctor? No, I'm the male nursing student. And you know, it works, but it's what fits better with me versus what necessarily is expected.
Not from the people in the program, but outside the program, yeah. Like I haven't had this before, but I've had friends who were approached by doctors. It's like, why don't you become a doctor? It's like, I didn't become a doctor because I chose to become a nurse, not a doctor.
I'm going to have to cite one of two very interesting stereotypes. The first one, of course, is they are completely and utterly fabulous. And that's, you know, some people help and hinder this stereotype, but it's definitely not where I would consider myself. The other one for me in terms of media is one of my favorite TV shows, Scrubs. They have a guy on there by the name of Nurse Flowers. But the funny part about him is he's a very manly guy, but he's still got that caring side, so it's a lot more accurate portrayal.
I would actually say that females are used more as a comedy perspective in like how they're stereotyped and stuff like that, especially with the Halloween costumes.
By my mentors, most definitely. My colleagues, there are a few that I definitely feel supported by. There are definitely a few that feel that I should not be here.
Yeah, I do. I have been supported in the past before with well, first semester when we were going through clinical, me and Greg, I had a teacher who didn't thought I was using Greg as a crutch and as more than a support, and she wanted to separate me and Greg halfway through the semester, and it was because of multiple clinical mentors. Well, one my clinical mentor and multiple line teachers who got us. You know, I talked to the teacher and got us to stay together. So I've been supported throughout the entire program.
Things that we're doing what we can. You know, I'm just going to be who I am as a nurse, and I'm going to be as good a nurse as I possibly can be, and just try to be a good role model. It's one of those things where I firmly believe that we need to get more guys into the profession in terms of showing that it's not just being touchy-feely does not necessarily make you less of a man. You got to have that ability to express yourself and be able to assist people. So it's one of those things where we definitely just need more exposure.
It's a hard subject to go onto just because many people have their different opinions, and when they're stuck on their opinion, it's hard to change it. But I think the more males we get into the program itself will stop the stereotypes. They'll never go away because everybody, like I said, has their own opinion, but it'll lessen the amount of stereotypes.
The big barriers that I see for this problem are pretty much the stereotypes or the fact that it's still in today's society, you know, and you're talking about, oh, I want to become a nurse as a guy. Well, why don't you just go become a doctor? So it's one of those things where it's an education thing. It's getting more and more representation and more good examples of what a male nurse is.
Well, like a lack of knowledge of the program itself to know that we, as males, we can go into this program and be accepted. Because a lot of times when males are going through, like, that's where I Like that's why I bring, you know, feminist ethics into play, where it's just like it's okay to go into that kind of profession and not feel like you're losing your manhood because they think it's not like a strong program, you know.
Do it.
I would be realistic that it's not going to get any easier. The more you go through the program, the harder it's going to get. But go in, be confident in yourself, because the people around you will accept you. It's once you get in, it's a lot better.